Hi guys, we're here with Live Food Detox. Gary's here with us again. Just wanting to chat on some new and fun, exciting things that are coming up here. Also, we've got some exciting new questions as well to answer, and maybe just kind of cover some things that we've kind of hit on a little bit, but just cover them a little bit more in depth. No enemas today, I don't think. Are we, Gary?
I don't think so. Episode probably, who knows? We may cover that again, but
Oh yeah. There's always
we
plenty to
never.
talk about.
Yeah, we never know. We never know.
But
So
I know that kids are an issue discussed about wanting to know how to successfully detox with kids. I know that they're harder to get to eat things and drink things that they don't like the flavor of. But do you want to touch on that?
yeah, that is a big issue. Is the flavor. We have to find things that they like to eat or drink that they will go back to, and a lot of times, I think the master cleanse is the apple cider vinegar. If you put enough maple syrup in it, it doesn't have to be a ton, but it will work because most of the kids have such a sweet palate now. If it's not a sweet drink, they're not really going to go for it. So you can, and the one thing about the maple syrup is it is conductive to the body. It has enzymes and it has minerals in it. So it's going to help your body generate uh, electricity. It's also going to help as far as getting the liquid into them, so the apple cider vinegar or the lemon cleanse or the lemon can get in to clean those toxins out of the body. It's really, really
So
important to do that.
it's basically the same thing as detoxing the
Right.
adults,
If you can get them to
right?
drink coconut water, you can get them to drink lemon water. You can anything that you can get in them that is a cleanser for the body is going to continue to help them uh, detox. But most of what they're drinking now is artificial sugars. It's pasteurized. It's it's garbage is what it is, and the food too. I mean, the cereals are packed full of uh, sugars, and they're packed. Matter of fact, if something is, and actually somebody gave me some cornflakes, and I want to do this test because it's fortified with iron. And the people that don't know this, I don't know if you know this, Angie. You can take cornflakes and put it in a bowl of water and put a magnet on the outside of the bowl, and the flakes will go right to the magnet, and you can draw them right around the bowl.
What?
And do you know why? Because
No.
that fortified with iron, what that iron is metal filings.
Oh my
It's not,
god.
it's actual metal filings. And you imagine what those are doing to their teeth as far as
Ah,
breaking down enamel goes. Anytime you buy flour that is fortified with iron, it's metal flakes, like taking a piece of iron and putting it on a grinder, and the sparks that come off, that's what's in your cereal and in your flour.
so basically, it's a heavy metal then. It's adding to heavy metal toxins build up in the body.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely, yes. And it's in your gut. I mean, these are iron filings, and it's going
Wow.
through your whole digestive system. It's trying to. So it's really, it's wacky
Is
what
this
is in
just
our food and where our food is going. We don't have food anymore. We have food-like products.
is this just with cornflakes then, or is this in other
Anything
cereal?
is anything is iron fortified. If it
Ah,
says iron fortified on the box or on the bag or whatever it is, it's actual metal filings from a bar of real iron. And
I would watch.
I've talked to people and they go, well, you know, your body needs iron. Yeah, but it doesn't need it. You ever try to eat a bicycle? it, it's not the same. It's
Yay!
not the same thing as iron that comes from kale. It's not the
No,
same thing.
no,
But
no.
I don't know. People are just like, Well, science says it's good, so.
Yep, just like everything else science says is good that we're putting in our bodies.
Right, right. I'm getting so I don't even want to use science as a reference anymore.
No.
You know, because what we're doing is we're selecting things that science says is okay, and we're selecting other things that science says is okay, but we know different.
Right.
Like cigarettes for 50 years, killing millions and millions of people, and science saying, well, nothing wrong with cigarettes. Look, my doctor recommends it.
Same thing about vaccines.
Yeah. I actually did a video. They made me take it down. But it was a doctor that the patient and the doctor was in his office, and they were both smoking cigarettes. And he said, what do you think, Mrs. Smith? Aren't these Camels smooth and on the throat? No irritation at all, don't you think? And they had this whole conversation back and forth about that. Knowing I'm not saying that these two people did. I'm just saying the cigarette companies knew all along what they were doing to the throat, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have said that. The cigarette companies knew what they had to hedge against, and the best way to hedge against something is to take it face on, is to take it head on. So that's what they did.
They're no dummies.
No, they're no dummies. That's right.
So what? I know another question we had was on getting rid of parasites with enemas. Without doing enemas, can you rid the body of parasites? That's the question.
Yes, you have to raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, we're on a low vibration. That's how we end up getting sick and low energy. You know, pH is an electrical current in your body. And it's when the energy and the body is running at its optimum, is when it's at 7.365 or 7.3 to 4. It's very, very close where that has to maintain itself. So when it drops below, and it almost always drops below because we're living in such a toxic world, we can't get too alkaline. I don't know of anybody that's too alkaline. I've never met anybody that was too alkaline, which is just as dangerous as the other side. Okay? But we're all on the low side because of gas fumes and regular, just the air itself with chemtrails and all these different things that we're breathing in, absorbing through our skin, fluoride, all that stuff. And then what we're ingesting. So our job is to alkalize our body with life-giving liquids, foods, and herbs. Because they're astringent, so they go in, they pull those out. Well, most of us are having issues because nobody's ever taught us that. And because nobody has ever taught us that, we're so far behind the ball that we're already sick. So trying to get those out is a major issue for the body. So we have to do that have to do it slowly. And you take two people that are very compromised, and they have children together. That child is compromised by both of them.
Right.
Which brings us to something you and I talked about earlier. You take children today who are getting all these rounds of vaccines. We have not seen these children get married and have children yet. So we're going to have like 64 vaccines on this child and 64 vaccines on this child, or rounds of vaccines, and then they're going to have children. That has not happened yet. So we have no idea what those children are going to be like. We have no idea if they're even going to be able to have children.
Well, that's an excellent point, because a lot of people nowadays, even women, are having a hard time getting pregnant.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of them say that, they don't know why. They get tested, both of the husband and wife get tested, and there's nothing, supposedly wrong with them, medically speaking, but, why aren't they? Well, we've got all those toxins, all the locked-in junk in the bowel and uterus and areas like that. Well, no wonder, and like you said, the more vaccines, the more trouble we have suffocating the body.
Absolutely. We're not cleaning out the 13 channels of elimination. So they're getting plugged. Then we've got the vaccines on top of it, and the food we're eating is more food-like products. And we were talking earlier about Mike Pullen. He wrote Fast Food Nation, and he's written a bunch of books. Brilliant guy. He's a journalist writer on food, basically. And he was saying the other day, when you go into a supermarket, and he said it's not fair, because you go into the center aisle and you pick up a box, and it tells you the calories, the protein, the sugar, the this, the that, and that is the selling point that the media is telling us to look for when we go in to buy something. And there is the natural food, the fruits and vegetables, laying in the bins right beside it that aren't saying anything, because they have no voice. There's no signs on them saying that these are good, these are astringents and they're good for your body, and they will help to cleanse your body and rehydrate your body and give you live enzymes and electrolytes to keep your body lit up, basically. We don't get that.
No.
So we go for where the media is telling us to go, which is the dead food section in the middle. You know, the highly processed food-like products. But if you really look at the box, what's on the outside of the box is a picture of what is laying in the bins over in the other aisles. It's the fruits and vegetables. And they put those on the box, and when you open it up, it's either tan, brown. It has, that's it. I mean, everything in the center of the store that's fake food is either light, like a caramel color, tan, or brown. Those are the colors of dead food. You go in a convenience store and you look around, everything is that exact same color. It's tan, brown, or it could be dark brown, or it could be chocolate brown, okay? But there'll be one rack with 3 old bananas in it and an apple. And that whole section is poison. It's poison.
Oh, but you can get 4 for $5, Gary.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I know, I've done it myself. Back in the day, I did it myself. Now, when I go in, all I see are the colors. And that's all dead food. Dead food, dead body. Live food, live body. And they don't have it in there because the shelf life is their money.
Right.
You know, you can't even take a green smoothie and take it in a store and leave it on the shelf for a week.
Well, you can. Good luck.
Yeah, right? But you can take pasteurized green smoothies. You can take pasteurized juices and leave them there for 6 months. And they'll still be. You can still buy them. But there's no life in them.
Right.
They're not really doing anything for you. And that's why they don't have that stuff in there. And there's 2 things that I know of, 3 actually. Kombucha, live apple cider vinegar, and there's a sauerkraut that's a live ferment kimchi.
Kimchi.
Okay, those are the 3 things. 2 of those they're trying to get rid of. One is because anything that ferments has a slight alcohol content in it. That's why they pasteurize beer and alcohol, because the fermentation creates the alcohol.
And so why are they getting rid of them?
Because by law, if it says 6% alcohol, like beer says 6% alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Well, unless you pasteurize it, it will not maintain 6%. It'll go 6, 6.2, 6.3, because it's fermenting inside the bottle. And the bottles can blow up. You'll never see a pasteurized bottle of anything blow up, because it's dead. It doesn't have any life in it.
Right.
Okay? So anything that's alive builds pressure. And it even says on the kombucha bottle, do not shake before you open. You open it, close it, then you shake it. Because people have had them blow up in their hands because they're pressurized from the live enzymes living on the mother. Basically, the mother is living on the sugars and things that are in it, and so it's creating pressure inside the bottle. But they can't tell you what the alcohol content's going to be because in their world it's not stable. And we're talking minute. We're talking minute alcohol. It's not like it's even on the Richter scale, but because they cannot predict what it's at because it's constantly changing, they want to take it out of the stores.
That's why. Wow.
But you can make it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can make it for peanuts. And I have a video, I don't know if you saw that, where I show you how to make big vats of kombucha.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I'll post it. I tried to put videos in the file, but it didn't seem to work, so I gotta figure that out.
You'll figure it out.
Yep.
I know another question was about eating whole fruits and vegetables versus juicing them and in smoothies. If there's much of a difference, I guess, in the quality in doing that. I mean, you're getting the nutrients that you want regardless. I would say, obviously in juicing, you're breaking it down. You're not having the fiber in there, so it's easier. It's getting into the system better. I know for me personally, when I was eating foods, it was much harder on my system than when I started to juice.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the major thing.
So you think, depending on where your body is at, healing-wise, sick-wise, is going to depend. But the juicing is far better, in my opinion. And just kind of what I have seen, juicing and smoothies are a good way to get it in quicker to the system. Although, I don't know, when you're eating the fruits and veggies as well, is that just as quick as a smoothie?
No.
Okay.
No. And the difference is, although I will say, your mouth is the doorway to your digestive system. And your teeth are connected to all your organs and glands. Like your back teeth are hooked to your intestines. So if you're having gum and teeth issues, you're having intestine issues. You're having digestive.
As far as issues, do you mean if you're actually having like dental issues or if they're just more sensitive?
No.
Or both?
It would be both. It would be both. But if you have a lot of trouble with your molars, okay, then you're having a lot of digestive issues. Your whole mouth. You're having problems with your teeth. You have problems with your whole digestive tract because they're connected. When you chew your food, what happens? Pre-digestive fluid comes out called saliva. And depending on which teeth you're using, depends on which saliva comes out to help digest that food.
Interesting.
So when you're chewing, that's why it's so important to chew so much, is you're bringing more and more of that pre-digestive fluid out, which is called saliva, and you swallow, it goes down into the stomach and it already has pre-digestive liquids in it. And those are, if it's live food, those are also what goes with it is enzymes and electrolytes. So it's helping to digest that food. So when you're eating dead food, you get the saliva, but it goes down, and the digestive system is totally dependent on digesting this food all by itself because there's no enzymes and there's no electrolytes in it. So it puts much more burden on your digestive tract. And that is what juicing and smoothies are about. We know that water is the fastest for detoxification. It involves zero involves the digestive system. It goes right into the system. But if you don't have a strong system, the water is really not that good for you because you don't have the electrolytes and the enzymes, nor do you have the nutrients, which would be in this case be minerals, for that water to mix with to create energy for your body. So it's actually going to drain your body a little bit. Where juices, when you make those, you go, instead of eating 5 apples or whatever it is, however you're making your juice, carrots, ginger, whatever it is, right? You have just that juice, and those enzymes and those electrolytes and the nutrients are in that. So when you, and the hydration. So when you drink that, it goes right into your system, but also what goes in is the electrolytes, the enzymes, and the nutrition, along with the hydration, and it skips the digestive system, so your body's getting energy, and it can start to heal your digestive system because there's bad bacteria in there, and it's attacking the autonomic nerve, which sits in the gut. There's so many things that can go wrong there, and to heal that, you need to get nutrients in your body without involving the digestive system. And that's what juices really do. Smoothies have fiber in them, and your body needs fiber. So it's a good idea to have some smoothies, and you can make them watery or you can make them thick. But when you're first starting, watery is good because you want that hydration to go into your body. You need to rehydrate your cells so it can regenerate new cells.
And I know, I guess, well, for me, the juicing was so much easier for my system, I think, because I just couldn't do the fiber.
Right.
When it was so bad. Right. It just, I try to do them, and like I said, I think it's just depending on where you're at, you know, what's not working for you, what organs you're having issues with that I struggled with, and that's why juicing was so much easier. But there was also that fine line of, and when I was juicing, that depending on what I was juicing, that because it would get to the system so quickly, that then the detoxing too quickly took place as well for me. So it was like a balancing act of finding out with myself, okay, what can I handle? What can my body, what can, you know what I'm saying, as far as slowing it down, detoxing, and knowing that like fruits, the astringent fruits are going to speed it up, and getting more greens in there if you're needing to slow it down.
Right, but if you eat the vegetables or the fruit, you're putting more burden on your. If you pick up an apple and you eat it, you're putting more burden on your stomach.
Yes, and that's why eating food solid for me just didn't. I just couldn't.
Right.
Couldn't do it.
Right. So that's why the liquids and the smoothies are so important, because you can play between those two and find that balance. You might be able to drink a half a glass of juice and a half a smoothie, or put more like coconut water and water in that smoothie and make it thinner, but it still has the fiber in it, because your body needs some fiber to move through. And I think we covered this on one of the other videos too, but what most people don't know is when they go to the bathroom and they eliminate in the toilet 1/4 of what you eliminate is parasite poop.
Yeah, we did that. Yep.
So if you don't think you have parasites, you're wrong.
You are very wrong. Sadly mistaken.
Yes.
We all have them.
So going back to, and this is true with children too. Children are little adults, and that's all they are. So they need the same thing we need. They just need less of it to do the same job. didn't cover that back then. I wanted to make sure I went back to cover that. All they are is little us. And they have the same digestive system. They have the same lymphatic problems. And they just need less of what we are having to get the same results. So it's less live liquids in amount. I'm talking half their body weight in ounces. If they weigh 100 pounds, which I'm sure they don't because they're little, but it's just an example. If they weigh 100 pounds, you drink 50 ounces of life-giving liquids, which would be the Master Cleanse, Apple Cider Vinegar, coconut water, green smoothies. I don't know, the list goes on. The turmeric tea. You can get turmeric in a pill and take it. In a capsule, I should say, not a pill, but a capsule. And it's just, you cannot not do that and heal yourself. You can't overeat yourself with a standard American diet to health. It's not going to happen.
No.
It's too hard on the digestive system, and it's growing bad bacteria in the gut. This is for some people now, and most of the people watching this actually. So as the gut starts to get more bad bacteria than good, it starts actually traveling. It goes through the intestines. That's candida. So as those bacteria, as you get the good ones, the healthy ones, back in your gut, they will start to take over the bad bacteria, and that will start to go back up through the intestine and back into the stomach. You have to have some bad ones. It's like 80-20 rule there. 80 good, 20 bad. But what happens is, as they get the bad get stronger and stronger, they start to take over. And they go right up the intestinal tract and right down and right out through to very sensitive areas that tend to itch a lot.
Yeah, that's another, glad you brought that up because people have commented or messaged me and wondering, why do these areas itch?
Bad bacteria.
Yeah, bad bacteria, definitely.
You can have anal leakage. There's just so many things that you can have, but it's all bad bacteria. There's good and bad. Always go to the duality in your body. Good, bad. Overgrowth of bad for you. Okay? And you have to get that balance going in your system. And when that does, that candida will go back up through and back into the stomach and return to normal.
Well, and when you have all that bad bacteria, that's what parasites feed off, too.
Absolutely, yeah, they love it.
They love it.
Yeah, because it's low vibrational. It goes back to that. And if you want those parasites, they'll never all leave your body, but many will. Okay? What they'll do is they'll go to sleep, and they just kind of hide and they kind of go to sleep. They're just there, waiting for you to go back to your old diet. Okay? So as you increase the vibration of your body with these live liquids, foods, and herbs, you can't leave out the herbs. What happens is the energy in your body, that's the vibration, the energy in your body, as it increases, they can't handle it.
No. They got to get out.
Yes. So they're going to leave.
It's Splitsville.
Yes, it is. Yep. You can do the same thing with the enemas, as you found out. You can, like garlic.
Oh yeah, chase those babies out.
It'll get rid of them. So we must remember that we're the keepers of our body, and we need to learn to take care of our body because nobody in history has really ever told us how. They tell us how to look good on the outside, and they totally don't tell us anything about the inside. That's the truth.
Well, but they act like they don't even know, and I suppose they don't because they're not taught, but it's just brain damaging to me that they wouldn't, with everything that they could possibly do and help people with, how they could not figure that out. And I think that's what boggles most of our minds.
Well,
how could you not?
See, the one thing, we have an advantage, you and me. and everybody on the site has an advantage. We are not bound by law. Maybe a little, but not like a doctor. They are bound by cut, burn, medicate. That's what they're trained in, and that's what they're legally bound by. So they have to prescribe cut, burn, medicate, or they'll lose their license. And they have, who knows, $250,000, $500,000 invested before they even go start their practice. Then they have a family and a house and a pool and a car and, you know, kids and dogs, and they have to support that. So it's huge. Many of them, by the time they get it, they're so encapsulated in their life, they can't leave. It doesn't just happen to doctors, it happens to many people.
Well, for sure.
So that leap is huge, and not many of them are willing to take it, even though they know the difference.
Because it means a complete rethinking of everything, you know?
Yeah, not just a rethinking, but everything that they've worked for is on the line. You know, they still have to pay for the college education. They still have to pay for medical school. They still have to feed their family and do all that stuff. And that's a big nut to turn. The malpractice and all that it's big. And even though I don't like it, I get it, because you and I can shift and move wherever we want to go, because the laws that bind us are tiny compared to the laws that bind them. They're actually ruled by their own system. And we're out here footloose and fancy free, and we get to talk about and do what we want within reason. I mean,
right.
You know, you must.
But yeah, have anything that we have to be fined for or lose our license over something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So another question about the master cleanse, since we're talking on that, how does it support the body? And I mean, I think we kind of hit on that as we talk about it, but specifically, that was a question.
Okay. You can live on the master cleanse for 40 days with zero food. Nada. None. I've done it for 14.
You might go a little bonkers, but...
No, you won't. And this is the thing about the master cleanse. If you are anorexic, you'll gain weight. And if you are overweight, you'll lose weight. And if your gums are swollen, they'll reduce tight against your teeth. If you're inflamed, it'll go away. Because the lemon is, I call it human Drano. It is the master cleanser. It goes into the tissue, and there's calcium in there, and in your body is solidifying. That's what's happening. That's why you're getting sick, is the fluid's not able to flow through your body anymore. So you're actually turning to stone. And that's what most people don't get. And that's why when, like, with these cleanses that we're talking about, it goes in, it's pulling that calcium and the toxins that are stuck in our tissue, and our tissue is stiff. It's pulling that out of there. And it's sometimes not such a great thing. But
no.
But and we've talked about that before, and I'll post it with this video. The video that I did about my detoxification, my first 10 days, and what happened to my body. My eyesight came back, my skin cleared up, I lost 20 pounds. It was absolutely amazing. I had no clue what I was doing. I just knew that there was this thing called the Master Cleanse, and Stanley Burroughs is credited for doing it, but it's been around forever. And people can go online and check it out. But you live on the maple syrup. That little tiny bit of maple syrup. You can live on that little tiny bit you put in there for 40 days. Because it has minerals, it has electrolytes. Well, the lemon has electrolytes too. And it's a full food. It's a full food. and you can have as much of it as you want.
So what about those people who talk protein? Where's your
Protein,
protein?
yeah.
How are you going to get your protein in the master cleanse? How
First
are you
off,
going
we have been psychologically proteined to death.
to? Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, yeah.
There is no way that the human body needs that much protein.
No.
I was talking with somebody one day, and I went there purposely. I went to a barnyard, and there was cows out there and stuff. And I said, and he asked me about protein. So I said, come with me. So we went there, and I said, you see that cow right there? Yeah. Where does he get his protein? He doesn't eat meat. And he said, well, I said, do you eat him to get protein? He's not eating meat. Where's he getting his? And it was like a light bulb went off. And brain fog, the eyes glaze over and the face kind of falls, and they get it, but they don't trust it. When we're talking to people, we're talking to the writing on their walls, their cultural programming. And their cultural programming is TV, newspapers, radio, billboards, all the things that we're influenced by 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then some nut guy like me comes along and says, you should try the master cleanse. What? What about my protein? You don't need all that protein. And you can get it in just a little tiny handful of black seeds or hemp seeds, but that's plant protein, which is totally different.
Right.
And you have to really, and I don't care if people eat meat. I don't care what they eat. Their body cares what they eat. And if they're sick, it's their diet. And the hardest thing in the world for them to digest, or for a human to digest, is meat. Because it's dense, and depending on where you're getting it, it's full of hormones and herbicides and pesticides and fungicides and all these things that these cows are injected with. The cows live half their normal life cycle, and they slaughter them because they're going to die because of acidosis. The same thing that you have, and I'm not saying that it's coming from the meat. Some of it's coming from the meat, but some of it's coming from highly processed foods that have no enzymes and electrolytes. It all goes back to the same thing.
Well, then they're cooked. So, it's even regardless of everything that's injected with, you cook it and you kill it. You kill everything that was good, plus it takes the body that much longer to digest it all.
Absolutely. Which is why we go back to the juices and the green smoothies. There are no blenders in the world. If you go out into the native cultures, they don't have blenders growing on the trees and that kind of stuff. But they don't have our diet either.
Right.
And a healthy system can have their diet. But our system is so messed up and so toxic, we need juices and blenders to straighten our bodies out, and then we can go back to whole foods.
Exactly.
Yes. Go back to live foods with a lot of hydration in those foods, because we need that hydration. That's why melons are really fast as far as detoxing go. Watermelon is the fastest that you can eat. You can just cut it open and eat it. It's 98% water. But if you juice it with the rind, and about 90% of the good stuff that's in a watermelon is in the rind. It's not in the red.
Except if you are juicing, if they're not organic, then you're juicing a lot of those. You're getting tons of those pesticides.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So, again, apple cider vinegar. You make an apple cider vinegar bath. Now, watermelon, take a good sized bath, but you fill your sink, put a cup of apple cider vinegar, live apple cider vinegar in there, and you put your vegetables in there, and it will kill all the fungus. It'll kill everything because it doesn't like bacteria. That's why you put it on your skin. Because it kills the bacteria on your skin, and it helps to open the pores up. And you do that after you do your Epsom salt bath. And then you cover yourself with coconut water and magnesium. And magnesium has about
Coconut oil. Coconut oil, not coconut water.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, coconut oil.
Good luck with getting
Coconut
yourself
water.
covered in coconut water. That can be entertaining to watch.
And the apple cider vinegar, you may smell it when you're putting it on, and you use a washcloth, and you scrub your skin, because you want the blood to come to the surface. That is what's helping to open the pores, and it's feeding your skin. It's bringing nutrients and oxygen to the cells, okay? And it's opening the pores. Then you take the magnesium, like 3 or 4 drops, and your coconut oil, and you put that on, and both of those are also will kill bacteria, and there's parasites that live in our pores. That's part of the reason they're blocked, and that will pull that stuff out of there. It'll kill them, and your skin will start to come alive again. Because if your skin is having issues, it's just telling you that your insides are having issues.
Sure is.
And it goes back to the duality. You have a digestive system, you have your lymphatic system. And if either one of those is messed up, you're going to be messed up. So, I mean, when you look at the body as a whole thing, it's not difficult.
No, very simple.
You have a digestive system, you have your lymphatic system, and your blood, but the lymphatic system is kind of taking care of the blood. The blood feeds the cells, and the lymphatic system pulls the waste away and flushes out through the kidneys. It's pretty simple. But it can't do it if your body's not flowing. So as your body starts to turn to stone, matter of fact, my dad died of hardening of the arteries. But I didn't know any of this stuff then. He's part of the reason, him dying is part of the reason I've been researching this to find out what the heck is going on. Why is all this happening? And hardening of the arteries is calcification of the tissue.
It's just like my aunt and her dad. So being blocked up, wanting to go in and cut out the colon, and yeah, the system is blocked up. It's not running like it's supposed to, but why people end up getting to that point is just, it shouldn't be.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I read people's eyes, I always say lymphatic congestion. Well, a lot of them, and I've done this on a few, it's actually gone to stagnation.
Oh, yeah.
And that which is stagnant is either gone or on its way to going. And it's really important to get in there with herbs and live liquids to start loosening that up. And that takes massage, saunas, live liquids, herbs, grounding to the earth to get the flow of electricity, especially in the sun. Angie and I both feel really good that we think we're going to be interviewing Morley Robbins next Thursday. He's an amazing guy. He was an administrator for a hospital for 32 years and read a book. We'll find out what that book was. And it changed his whole life. And he quit being an administrator, went out on his own. He's now a health coach that has nothing to do with hospitals. And Angie set that interview up, actually, and we're looking at setting up more interviews. So if that's something you're really interested in, we would love to have people, as she sets it up, contact them and say, we'd love to hear you on the show. And you can tell them better than I can, because you're the one doing it.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Get over there. Get over to their pages and tell them we want them, because the more power we have behind us, the better. The more that they know that they're wanted, I think it's just more of an incentive to know that they have that many more people that want to hear them and their help. So definitely help us out, guys.
Yes. I think, if I remember right, I heard that he has written 1,200 published papers
Wow.
in the medical field. So
That's awesome.
that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And I think he's been in the natural field for it's either 5 years or 7 years now. But his knowledge is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So
Can't wait, guys. Can't wait. It's going to be exciting.
So I think it's time to wrap it up. I would like to say that, and I've just heard this in other videos, but that this is basically for entertainment purposes only. And, we're not doctors, and we don't pretend to be doctors. We don't even play a doctor on TV. That's just how it is. We're just guides, and we're here to help people as much as we can. And so we just want you to know that this isn't medical advice, but we love you guys a lot, and we care about you, and we want to try to help you as much as we can get back on the train to Wellville.
That's right. And this is our journey. This is what Gary has gone through. This is what I have gone through. We are sharing our experiences with you. That is simply what this is. So, like Gary said, yes, we are not giving you medical advice. We are just trying to help you and be your guide to get to a better place, to get yourself to the person that you knew and need to be the even healthier person than you once were.
So I think that is it for tonight. We'll wrap it up. And I will see you later.
Yes.
And hopefully everybody...
Questions.
Yep.
Where do we want to send them? We want to send them to LivefoodDtox@gmail.com. For any questions you guys want on the next video that we do, send them there.
And if we missed any, we'll try and pick them up next week.
Yes, we will.
And
we try to stay on top of it, guys. We will do our best and keep us in line. Give us little kickers if we've missed some things. We just kind of need some reminders too. We got a lot coming at us, so little reminders of things that we may have missed are great. So keep them coming.
Absolutely, and we'll answer what we can. If we didn't get to them tonight, which I don't know, but if we didn't, we'll answer them on the site and then try to include them in the next video. But
yes.
Hopefully, Morley will answer a lot of questions from people. Like I said, this guy is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's like plugging in a cassette tape, and you just let him go, and it'll blow your mind what he has to say. So
wonderful.
I will see you guys later.
Yes.
And I hope you have a fantastic night and happy detox.
Yes. See you guys. Keep going. You got this.
All right.
Good night, guys. We love you.